The Ridgeline has always been considered one of the best mid-size pickups on the market. Strong performance, superior comfort and ride quality, practical cabin and bed design, and lots of standard equipment. It surely has a solid portion of good things to offer, but like every other vehicle, it comes with a few drawbacks as well, and we're now wondering if things have gotten any better with next year's version. Does the 2025 Honda Ridgeline solve the 6 worst issues of the Ridgeline's previous models? Stay with us to find out. Number 6. Limited off-road capabilities. The Ridgeline is a fantastic pickup in many ways, especially when it comes to its superior ride quality due to the crossover-based unibody construction. But not all things about the Ridgeline are great. One of the problems many drivers have with it is the limited off-road potential. Yes, it rides on a car-based platform, but that doesn't mean that there's no room for improvement. Increased ground clearance, improved drivetrain, and various off-road bits are something easily applicable, no matter the type construction. Honda addressed this problem last year with a Trail Sport trim, but only partially. It added all-terrain tires and some underbody protection, but many customers had a feeling that Honda put much effort into making the pickup look rugged rather than giving it substantial off-road upgrades. Moreover, it's a bit of a disappointment that the Ridgeline didn't get that first gear crawl control from the Pilot, let alone a genuine low-range gearing. Now, the 2025 Honda Ridgeline Trail Sport is here, and unfortunately, it doesn't bring any novelties, so we could say that the issue remains partially solved. This trim certainly is more capable than the rest of the lineup, but it stands out more with its unique features rather than actual capabilities. Trail Sport badging, leather-trimmed upholstery with orange stitching, it's a bit of an appearance package. Furthermore, it's a pretty convenient pickup with standard features like LED daytime running lights, navigation, a heated steering wheel, power folding side mirrors, and many more. Number 5. Outdated infotainment system. When you look at the latest pickups on the market, many of them offer quite spectacular infotainment systems with screens that often measure 13 or 14 inches. The Ridgeline, on the other hand, remains subtle with its relatively modest screen size, but it definitely isn't the latest piece of tech when it comes to user interface. As a brand, Honda may be the gold standard when it comes to mechanics, but when it comes to in-car high-tech features, it usually lags behind rivals, especially when it comes to the infotainment. Slower response, modest graphs, and lack of features usually make its infotainments feel a generation older compared to what the competition has to offer. Last year, the Ridgeline brought a much-needed upgrade in the way that the old 8-inch screen was replaced with a 9-inch unit. It's not much, but what's more important is that the interface is new. The screen is not only larger but also more responsive and easier to use, while Honda also brought back physical controls for volume and climate functions, which definitely makes life easier. With all this in mind, we're perfectly fine with the fact that the 2025 Honda Ridgeline doesn't bring bigger changes in this aspect. This issue has already been solved to some point and things work fine now, especially if you consider that the list of standard features also include goodies like wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a 7-speaker audio system, wireless charging, tri-zone climate control, and many more. Not to mention the generous offer of advanced safety features like adaptive cruise control, lane keep assistance, forward collision mitigation, blind spot monitoring, etc. Number 4. Small cargo bed capacity. Like most other midsize pickups on the market, the Ridgeline also comes in a single cab and bed configuration. Its crew cab style ensures excellent comfort for passengers, but if we look at the cargo capacity, things aren't particularly great numbers-wise. The Ridgeline's bed is 5.3 feet long, which seems quite typical for the segment, but then you check the actual volume, which is slightly under 34 cubic feet. It's enough for the second lowest capacity in the class, but Honda compensates for the lack of volume with a full set of smart solutions. First of all, there's the tailgate, which opens both downward and sideways, which makes access way easier. Furthermore, there's a nice waterproof in-bed trunk located under the floor, which provides an additional 7.3 cubic feet of storage. Clearly, Honda solved this issue long ago, but that's not all. The Ridgeline remains the only midsize pickup with 50 inches between the wheel wells, which means that it's the only one that can fit a sheet of 4x8 foot building material flat on the bed floor. And that's not all. Inside the cabin, the rear seats split 60-40 and provide enough room to fit a full-size bicycle or a similarly bulky object, making it one of the most practical pickup cabins around. Number 3. Powertrain. When talking about the Ridgeline's drawbacks, many like to point out its powertrain because most of the competition switched to Turbo 4 engines, which are claimed to be more efficient and with more torque. On the other hand, Honda still relies on its good old 3.5-liter SOHC V6 engine that was originally developed in the late 1990s, but has been updated several times so far, and there's no way we could say that it lags behind the more modern powertrains. Moreover, Honda's V6 engine, which is rated at 280 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque, is superior in a few ways. First of all, it's a very smooth powertrain, which is something that we can't say for Turbo 4 engines found in competitors. Also, while those Turbo 4s offer superior low-end torque, they actually lose momentum as they get to higher RPMs, so the ultimate performance is still on the Ridgeline's side. When Turbo 4s lose their breaths, naturally aspirated engines only start their journey, and in the Ridgeline's case, that's best seen through the 0 to 60 acceleration. It just needs 6 seconds to reach 60, which is a full second quicker compared to the similarly powerful Tacoma with a Turbo 4, which also features more torque. At the same time, despite the larger displacement, the Ridgeline's fuel economy is not any worse compared to its Turbo 4 rivals. With standard all-wheel drive, the Ridgeline returns around 18 mpg city and 24 mpg highway, which is about average for the segment. So as far as we're concerned, this has never been an issue. For those who prefer low-end torque over smoothness and high revving, well, the solution might come in a year or two with the arrival of a new generation, which is rumored to come with a twin-turbo 3-liter V6 to be offered in high-end variants. Number 2. Towing capacity. Towing capacity remains the Ridgeline's weakest point, and it's pretty clear that this issue will never be solved. Simply, it's the way that this truck is designed. Unlike the competition, which rides on a body-on-frame platform, the Ridgeline features a unibody construction. Essentially, it's a Honda Pilot with a pickup body style, as most of the parts are shared between the two. In practice, this means superior ride quality compared to other models in the class with minimal body roll, engaging handling, smooth ride, and excellent overall comfort. Practically, the Ridgeline delivers the same ride quality as any modern crossover, and that's its key selling point. On the other hand, its unibody construction also means a big compromise in terms of max towing capacity. While rivals like the Colorado and Ranger can tow way over 7,000 pounds, the Ridgeline's max rating is 5,000. It's far from bad and should actually work just fine for a vast number of truck drivers, but if towing is on your priority list, then the Ridgeline definitely isn't the best choice for you, and we don't expect things to change in the future. Still, things are a bit different when it comes to hauling. The Ridgeline's payload capacity is nearly 1,600 pounds, which is pretty much on par with the Chevy Colorado and many other models in its class. So we could say that Honda's untypical pickup has a couple of things to show when it comes to hard work. Number 1. Pricing. It's not a rare thing to hear people complaining about the Ridgeline's price. Surely, its starting price is notably higher compared to most midsize pickups, but that's for a reason. It's because it comes with way more standard equipment than any other pickup in the segment, not to mention the superior comfort and ride quality as well as the standard V6 engine. Clearly, there's a good reason for a higher sticker price. But for those who consider it an issue, the good thing is that the 2025 Honda Ridgeline hasn't brought a significant increase. In today's world, of radical price jumps every now and then, Honda managed to keep things under control in the way that the 2025 model year is only $400 more expensive than last year's version. So, the base sport trim now starts at $40,150 instead of $39,750. The mid-range RTL used to start at $42,580 and now starts at $42,980. The same thing is with the off-road oriented Trail Sport trim, which now starts at $45,380. If you think that the range-topping Black Edition, which stands out with unique styling details, would be any different, you're wrong. That one also brings a $400 increase and now starts at $46,750. Thanks for watching and see you next time.